Hey folks, Boo's here. Want to talk about this printer, the new Epson P800. Had it in the office for about a week now, and I've been doing quite a bit of testing. Testing requires printing, lots of printing. So first and foremost, understand that from this video, from watching this on your monitor from the web, you're not going to see some of the subtleties I'm going to talk about. Part of printing that's so important are those subtleties, and that's partly why I've got the P800. Now, people are asking, why do I add that to the fleet I've got of the 7900 and the 4900? In fact, the Hummy here right now is the 4900 that's sitting there busy working, getting some prints out for a client. So why the P800? The number one question. Well, let me show you as best I can in this medium. So here's a photograph from a little while ago from Bryce. Let me get an angle right, there you go, so you don't see a reflection. Now, the predominant color in this is red. And the P800 does the best job with reds. Better than the 4900, better than the 7900, better than the 3880. And since red is such an important color to us humans, having a printer that really does a great job with reds, important. Now, how do you learn this? Well, first I'm telling you so you can go see it. Next, I did some bunch of prints. So here's the 3800 print, and then here's the same file, as in literally the same file, out of the 4900. Now, can you see the difference on the web? I don't think so. But if you notice the reds, the pinks, the oranges, and the whites, okay, because the whites are coming off from the reds, the P800 is doing a little bit better job. Now, let's really kind of switch this up a little bit. Let's make sure you really know the subject is red, and that's the subject is important. So here's my photograph from the Epson campaign, Finish Strong campaign. I thought it was a good tie-in with the printer. Super Corsair, see that nice red? This is from the P800. Take the same image, print it over the 4900, and you will see that there is a difference. I got an angle, I'm just right. And there's a difference. And that subtle difference for red is really important. So the number one reason why I went and got the P800 in the office, okay, is for those reds. That's very important. What else? Well, it works wirelessly, which I really like. I can, and this is coming up, so keep this in the back of your mind, printing off things like the iPad, your iPhone, totally possible with this printer. Not with the 7900, not with the 4900, printing wirelessly. You might be saying, wow, really? Yes, that's where things are going, and yes, really, it will do that. That's very cool, okay? So there's a couple of major reasons for the P800. The other thing is the fact is it's a very small footprint. So if we close this up, okay, close up the different compartments. Heater in the back. Put the paper on here. You can see the 17 by 22 inch paper. Okay, and this is the same maximum paper size that the 4900 puts out. It's not much bigger than that paper size. And by the way, it does have a paper roll assembly that you can add onto this, so you can print out panels, which I think up to 6 foot long panels out of this printer. That's very cool, okay? So the footprint's also very small. Now, compared to the 4900, you can see in the 4900 that this paper on top, okay, it's really kind of lost on 4900. It's got a huge footprint. Now, what can the 4900 do that the P800 cannot do? Well, it's what it's doing right now. It's got a paper cassette down the bottom. So it can crank out a whole lot of like 8 by 10, 11 by 14 prints. Just right now it's cranking out 50 for a client. So the 4900 has that ability, okay, where the P800 doesn't, but it has a much smaller footprint, okay, better economical use of the inks, and has the better reds. So that's why I've got the P800 in the office. I have 3 printers. They have 3 very distinct roles, and printing is such an important part of our business. I want to maximize their output for my input in the old bank. So the P800, check it out. Your photography deserves the best.